Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another quick pick prediction video. In this video, I'll be predicting the featherweight bout between Alexander Volkanovski versus Jung or the Korean Zombie. So for the undisputed featherweight title, Max Holloway was supposed to get that trilogy fight, even though he's 0-2, but second fight was very controversial, so we're supposed to get that third fight. And also that amazing performance against Calvin Kattar or Qatar. I think it's Kattar, but anywho, this ain't about no history lesson. This ain't about no state of division. It's about purely about predictions. Quick pick. Let's get to it. With Volkanovski versus Jung, I feel like a lot of things going on this fight against Jung. Hasn't been the most active. Hasn't really had a stellar performance, well, at least from start to finish. I feel like his best performances were the Frankie Edgar fight. Yeah, Frankie Edgar fight. Well, I'm talking about recently. The Frankie Edgar fight. That was flawless. And then the Yair Rodriguez fight up until, it wasn't good. And then he also had that Dan Ige fight, but the Ige fight just showed like he wasn't the most comfortable with Ige on the feet, so he took him around. It wasn't the case like, oh, I could do this and do this to you, but since I could do this, I'm gonna do that. It wasn't that case. I feel like he looked very uncomfortable on the feet. In some exchanges when Jung would slip some shots over the top and touch him a little bit, or get close to touch him, like he wasn't liking that. He wasn't liking the way the punches were feeling on him, and he started going. He went lay and pray mode. So he won't be able to do that against Volkanovski. I'm not saying Volkanovski is such a heavy hitter, but Volkanovski got some weight behind his punches. But it's not even about necessarily how much power he got behind him. I mean, saying he got enough. He got more than enough. He does. Not like on his side, Volkanovski's not really a known finisher at this level. So yeah, but all I'm saying, Chance Young, I don't feel like he has that second route in this fight. I feel like it's gonna be Volkanovski's side. I feel like Volkanovski is clearly the better wrestler. BJJ you can kind of toss up, but Volkanovski I feel can control the position, which can ultimately determine who's winning the grappling fight, who's on top, who's getting the takedowns, and I feel like that would be Volkanovski. I feel like Jung might be able to sneak a takedown or two in there, might be able to, but can't really see him really establishing any significant control, and can't really see like no real great takedown. Might be a couple little sneaky ones here and there, but no real established control on the ground. And like I said, I see Volkanovski getting a takedown. I feel like Volkanovski is clearly faster. Chance Jung has a speed issue. He moves like a zombie at times, especially as he's getting older now. Especially in that Ortega fight, he looked very slow, but I guess he was more fighting off anger than anything. But even in Ige fight, he didn't look all that fast. So that's why he went to the grappling approach. Like he wasn't really liking the speed on his feet, so he took it to the ground. So in this fight, I know he can come in the best shape he can possibly come in. But again, I feel like he can still have a speed deficiency against Volkanovski. Pace is definitely gonna be a Volkanovski side. Experience is gonna be a Volkanovski side, like as far as championship experience. Chance Jung has been fighting in major fights for a long time, but he himself has never been a champion and has only had like one title fight. He's been in main events, but never to the level that Volkanovski is. Volkanovski is probably the second or third greatest featherweight in UFC history. And I know the history is not that long right now, but still, some great fighters have come through, and he's right up there with them, and still going. So yeah, MMA math he wins, but as far as I see it, I feel like Chance Jung just outgunned just by area. I feel like Chance Jung has more power, and that's his best advantage or his best opportunity. He has a puncher's chance, like he can catch Volkanovski, and Volkanovski can be a bit chinny. But Volkanovski has great heart. Like he might get dropped, and he does get dropped, but he'll pop back up and fight you even harder, turn that pace up like even more. So great at adapting. Might not have a iron granite chin, but got an iron granite heart. So if he gets dropped, I'll see him to pop right back up and going right back to work, looking to level change, and then dragging back to the mat, and probably even look for a finish. I'm gonna say decision. Volkanovski, like I've been trying to predict finishes for Volkanovski, but in reality, they are who they are. They're a decision fighter. Like I say, he don't want to be a decision fighter, but he's a decision fighter. Most times he's not gonna put him out. And Chance Jung is a fighter that has not necessarily been put out a whole lot in his career. So a fighter that doesn't get finished and a fighter that doesn't finish. So I'm gonna say decision for Volkanovski. And again, I just think Chance Jung isn't too fast, and I think he's not really bringing the most tools. And I feel like Volkanovski's more tactical. I feel like he's faster, and I feel like he can take it more places. And I feel like he can adapt better in the fight and make better mid-fight adjustments if needed to. And like I said, if he gets cracked, I can see him, like I said, knocking the cobwebs off like that, and then just adjusting and knowing what needs to be done, recovering. Like I said, probably mix the takedown in, or probably touch Chance Jung with something hard just to get him to back up a little bit and give him that little time to recover, and then go right back to work. So Chance Jung does have a good puncher's chance, but that's about it. I feel like I said, overall, I feel like Volkanovski has all the modes and paths to victory here. I feel like Chance Jung really rely on a puncher's chance. Not to say he's a bad fighter, that's just to say how good Volkanovski is. and how good he has been, and the reason why he is the champ he is now. And look at the same with the Max Holloway fight. Got dropped twice, 3 times, something like that in the first round, well, first 2 rounds, and then went on to rally and went 3 rounds straight. Probably really both of them rounds should have been 10-8s, but hey, took some hard rounds and came right back, stayed professional, and never lost that focus. His focus is amazing. And I always not the biggest. I'm not, like I said, most cases I'm not the biggest Volkanovski fan, but one thing you gotta say, but the guy, great mind on him. Like I said, I might say he's not the most amazing fighter technically and all that sort of stuff, but the man adapts. Game plans are amazing, and he sticks to them. Like I said, heart undeniable, work rate undeniable, and just keeps going out there, keeps winning, and keeps winning impressively. And I think he does that yet again. So in this fight, I got Alexander Volkanovski via decision.